It's snowing again here in Brown County. This is the view out my studio window. I love watching the snow fall, especially from inside. It's been so cold this week. We had the winter storm last weekend when we got 15 inches of snow, and then it turned so very cold. It hasn't gotten over about 25 degrees in over a week. And they said it still may be another week before we even reach freezing. So the 15 inches of snow that fell has stayed there, and now we're getting more on top of it. This is Saturday, the last day of January 2026. And I've gone out each day to feed the birds. You can see some of my footsteps through the snow there in the front yard. The deer have been walking through there too. There were actually several deer in the backwoods that had made beds back there in the snow and were sleeping, staying cozy and warm, I guess. I took a few trips through the backwoods, but it's very hard walking through that much snow and not being able to see where I'm going. Plus, so very cold. I think the wind chills have been in the teens most all this week, and at nighttime it's been 5, 10 below zero each night. But it's still so pretty. I especially love watching it from inside. So I need to get back to my painting and get out my paints and canvases here in my studio and get busy again. So I'll be doing that in just a few minutes. It's been a nice snowy break, but now it's time to get back at it. So now I'm going to get back to my art here in my studio. And this is the one I've been working on. I need to work on the background trees more, and then I'll start creating more trees in the foreground and shadows on the snow. So I'm looking forward to doing that. It's been a busy January with so many other things going on, and it seems like it's always hard to recuperate from the holidays. But I am getting back at it now and looking forward to creating again. There's a few things I've been working on. And I had made a couple little Christmas ornaments for the trees. I've got my paints out. These are acrylics. Background is gesso. I covered the canvas with the gesso and then paint on top of that. I like the light coming through back there, but I want to add more contrast in the background and finish the trees. They're just the beginnings of them there. So yeah, I use the heavy body acrylics. I have several other items over there that I sometimes use. But for the most part, I use acrylics, especially on the stretched canvas. I do have some water mixable oils that there they are, that I'll come back and put on top of some of the paintings I do. I did that recently with one, but I've forgotten it must have been this one. Yeah, I was putting some oils on top of the acrylic. The background is gesso, then acrylic paints, and then some of the water mixable oils. But that one is not finished yet either. So that's what I have to do. Now that I've got caught up after the holidays, spent most of January catching up on everything, I will go ahead and get back into finishing paintings that I have started and hopefully make more progress in the coming months. At least that's my goal. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll check in with me again. It'll be a fun year to see where we all go with our art and what we can accomplish. But most of all, it's just rewarding to create things on our own, spend time in our art studio, bring such peace and joy when we're able to do that. So have a great winter, and thanks again for checking in.